Hello guys, Marcus here, Pipers and Guns. Today I'm taking you for a walk out in the woods and gonna train our survival skills with a pipe, of course. So I hope you enjoy. Take care. Whoop. Hi again guys, we reached our final destination. So I just picked a spot here under a big pine tree, and today we're gonna make some coffee out in the woods. So I brought today some stuff, of course a little coffee, what do you call it, like a pan or a, yeah, I can put this directly on the fire if I want to, and boil some water. In it I just have a bag of coffee, and I always have a roll of toilet paper, you know, if you need to do the number 2. Anyways, I also brought my fire steel. Put there where a cup, some water, and you of course always need a knife. Let's see where I put my knife. Somewhere here would be good if I didn't forget it. So I have my trusty little Mura. I always bring that. I also always bring a small little axe. That's good to have. I always also bring my saw. So this is a saw made in Sweden, so pretty much just select what kind of blade you want. So this is like a military grade one, so it comes with a metal sawing blade, this black one. You have a regular wood one, and then you have one for meat. So this is a good saw that I always bring when I'm out hunting, and it's very easy to put together. I just picked out the wrong blade. Let's see. I actually have like 2 or 3 of these saws, and the normal ones only have one blade, like the wood sawing blade. So it takes not a lot of space, and then you just like that, and it's done. So I bring that. If I remember, I bring some. This is from a root or a stump of an old dried out pine tree. It contains a lot of tar, and it burns really well. So it's a good like fire starter kind of wood. But I also, as you saw in my clip when I was walking here, that I picked up some bark from a birch tree. It's not a dead birch tree, but it had some bark that's sticking out. I didn't damage the tree, just picked some of it. And now I'm gonna collect some firewood, and let's make a fire. So I'm back. So what I've done now is that I collected some firewood in different sizes, and some good tinder for lighting a fire with a fire steel. What you need to do, you know, the best thing is to find a a fallen tree that is dried out and not rotten. It usually has a lot of dry twigs on it. So I collected some of that in different sizes. Then also pine trees, you know, the undergrowth of the pine tree is usually dead. So it's okay to, you know, take small twigs from that. So this. And then I had my birch tree bark here and small shavings. And I also will have some of this this old stump or root from a pine tree that I will make some shavings of. And if you want to use this whole twig, the best thing is to, oops, it broke, is to use your knife and get some nice scoring in there, or whatever you call it, so the fire finds its way and stay lit easier. And you can use that as well. So I have everything set up, so I will start with this. This flint or fire starter is actually one with a magnesium backing, so you can actually shave off some magnesium from it, and it will light really easy. And then you have the regular fire starter here. So good thing to know is don't use the really sharp end on the fire starter, but on the filings, when taking magnesium, for example, you can use your sharp end of the knife. It's a bit hard here, but anyway. So what I do, try to collect tinder, the fire stuff. I keep my fire starter really close to it, and then just see, we got a fire started, or nearly. See, I just need to feed it. And then the conditions today are quite, you know, it's not windy at all, so it's easy for me to get a fire started. It's -5, so quite cold. You can see that the bark from the birch tree really went on fire here, and you can see this one is really burning well. So we'll put that underneath there, and we just need to keep it. It had been snowing a bit the other day, so some stuff might be a bit moist, but this is really going okay. And of course, being winter, you know, of course you always need to be careful so you don't, you know, start a forest fire or anything like that. So I removed some of the top here on the ground, so I don't get anything that can stay lit after I try to, you know, put the fire out. So now I will just feed this with branches, and let's get this coffee or water boiling. And we will also have a pipe with the plum pudding, of course. What else? You can see it's a really dark smoke here, so the branches are a bit moist, but I'm sure this will be okay. And I'll pause it for a minute. So guys, I'm back. So bringing out the pipe. I'm gonna load up a bowl with plum pudding. We are also going to put the little instant coffee maker here on the fire, so we get some water going. We'll just measure up a cup. I don't need to make too much because I'm all alone. Anyways, I'm brought up in a family, a really outdoorsy family. Always been out hiking, canoeing, kayaking. My dad has been kayaking on Greenland. You know, he's made a nature film about beavers. when he was younger. Always been up in the north part of Sweden, in the national parks, up in the mountains, hiking there. So I'm used to this pretty much. Even if though in my older days I've not done it that much. We done this, outings with the kids and so on, back and forth. But it was a long time ago. But maybe we need to start that tradition again. So anyways, another thing that I want to talk about is in Sweden we have something called allemansrätten, so all man's right. And I will go in another video, I will go in deeper into that, what it means, but it pretty much means that I can go out here in the woods, I can collect firewood, I can start a fire, I can stay here for a night, or I'm not sure if it's 1 or 3 nights, and then I need to move along. I'm not allowed to damage anything in the nature, but I can take dead wood, and all that stuff, and as long as I put everything back, or if I move stuff, I put it back, and as long as you're a smart person that doesn't fuck everything up for other people, you're okay. And this also is for private land, not only government-owned land. But you have to be more careful on private land. But it's more that so you can walk over private land if you're going to a place, and that's not prohibited. It's okay. So let's start some plum pudding here. So starting a fire is pretty easy. I also started fires with a fire bow, so you just use wood and a little rope, and drive it like an what do you call it, a bow. But it's much easier in the summertime. I also have this that I use from time to time. It would have been much easier to use this one per day. I think the water is actually boiling already. But this is like a micro stove that you put together. Wrong way around. You get the idea. Looks like this, so you can feed the fire in here and put your pot on it. Much easier, if you just don't want to be more careful if it's drier outside and so on. So anyways, I just wanted to show you guys this. I love doing this, bringing the kids out as well, making hot chocolate, having some cinnamon rolls or cookies or anything like that, bringing hot dogs. Same thing when I go with my friend, go out hunting on his property. We take care of the woods. It's he owns a couple of acres, so you clear out fallen trees and so on. I need something to pick out the pan with. on. I don't want to touch it, it's hot. Here's the water anyway. Yeah. It's boiling. I used to have this little kit in my car, like a bug out kit. And I always bring a coffee filter as well, because it's, you know, I pour the coffee straight in here. Perfect time to spend in the woods. So I didn't need to build this big of a fire, but I won't feed it with more branches. I will let it go out. Oi, oi, oi. It's boiling over. I'll pause it for a minute, I'll clean up a bit, and then we're gonna pour some coffee. So I'm back, I have my mug here. I'm gonna put my pipe away because I wanted to talk about clothing. Yeah. We have a saying in Swedish, there are no bad clothes. I mean, there is no bad weather, only bad clothing. So it's important when you're out, especially now when it's like -5. I already taken off my shell jacket, so I have layers, you know, good layers. You know, my merino wool is really great to have like a base layer, because you need to be able to take off clothes and put on clothes, depending on if you're starting to sweat or whatnot, because if you start to sweat, then you're gonna be cold afterwards. So always, you know, pull down your zipper or pull it up, depending on your inner temperature, and try and buy good quality clothes, especially when outdoorsy type of situation. If you're out hiking, you know, don't buy too cheap stuff. You know, do your research and try to buy functional clothing with pockets and all that stuff, stretchy pieces on your trousers, for example, like I have some Mindel boots here on, which is not winter boots, but you know, I have 2 socks in it. So one really thin one and then one thicker to keep me hot. It's actually a wool sock. I'm not sure I could take that, so let's pour some coffee. I put some coffee filter here in my mug already, so I can just pull it out. And this is like one of those recycling things, so you can actually throw this in the woods, because coffee is, you know, that didn't work that well. Look. Oh well. I can burn that up. All the coffee is in the bottom of my mug, so I guess I need to filter it out with my teeth instead. Amateur. It's easier with tea. Or if you have instant coffee, just powder. Now I took regular coffee that you boil, or that you put in your coffee maker. Not as good for outings like this. It's hot, it needs to cool down a bit. So I thought of showing you the surroundings here, so I'm gonna pause and then I'm gonna turn the camera around. So you already saw the picture or the small video clips from when I was walking here. We had a really stormy night 2 days ago, so a lot of trees have fallen down. But this is how it looks. This is about 20 minutes walk from the house, and the closest building to this is probably 1.5 kilometers or something like that. And you can still hear in the background the highway actually. And I think that's the part that is closest to me right now. So I have a lot of stuff spread around here. That's usually I try to keep it all sorted. I brought a selfie stick and one of these like I use when I'm building. So yeah, that's it. There's my other jackets. That's a Tad Gear jacket. They're actually made in San Francisco or in the US. Really good stuff. The same kind of fleece I have here. This is also a Tad Gear, and some Swedish made Lundhagen's trousers. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video, and I will post some more stuff soon. I'll be right back. So the fire is almost out. I need to relight my little pipe, and the lighter is cold, so it does not like, or it doesn't like the cold, so it doesn't want to stay lit. I'm gonna use the nature's match. It's really nice and cozy now, not cold at all. And now my coffee isn't too hot. So there was another YTPC member out there, a Swedish member, that actually made a video the other day. I'm making a fire with a fire seal, so, and I got really push of making this video from seeing that, because I thought of this for a long time, and I was just, oh, let's do it. I just wanted it to be a nice sunny day. It has been sunny today. It's getting darker now, so I think sundown is about at 4 p.m. and it's 10 to 3 at the moment. I need to make these videos more often. It's fun. Next time I try to get all the kids and the whole family out. We, barbecue some hot dogs or whatnot, open fire. It's nice when you don't need to walk that far to do this, and I still live pretty close to central Stockholm, but it's a lot of wooded areas here, so just take a short stroll out in the woods and you're there. So I think this is it for today. I hope you enjoy this little video, and I'll see you in the next one. So take care, guys, and have a really nice Thursday evening. I'm still off from work, so I'm gonna be back on Monday. It's really nice to be, taking it easy and just smoking a pipe or watching TV. So see you later, guys. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.